So, what does the Gin Fizz and jazz have in common? Both originated in New Orleans, both a masterpiece, and both appreciated till today. Let's make the Gin Fizz. So, this particular drink emerged in the mid 1800s during the jazz era. So, Gin Fizz belongs to a whole family of fizz cocktails or fizzy drinks, which basically contains of a base spirit, uh, freshly squeezed citrus, which would be like lemon or lime in that case, some type of sugar or sugar syrup, and carbonated water. So the earliest record or written record of the Gin Fizz dates back to 1976 in The Bartender's Guide by Jerry Thomas. So, fun fact, by the 20th century, the Gin Fizz was considered a morning cocktail or a morning drink, which was particularly popular around the upper class New Orleans or New Orleans. So, yeah, this is a drink that basically evolved during the mid 1800s in the era of the jazz era in New Orleans. So, to make the gin fizz, you're going to need gin, of course, as it says in the name. There's no gin fizz without gin. You're going to need some simple syrup, some carbonated water, and some lemons. I will, of course, be using fresh lemons. And let's get into the drink. A morning drink. I mean, people drink today like, damn, me, I work at a bar part time, so I'm still a bartender and not only at home, like not only making these videos for you guys, but crazy. I mean, like people can drink till today, and I got many stories on that. But I guess people back then used to drink. Having morning cocktails was like this was something that was not even out of the usual. Like if you go back to the old-fashioned story or the old-fashioned drink that I made, people used to use bitters as an excuse to get drunk in the morning, man. I mean, they still do, but shit was regular back then. I guess people were just maybe they just didn't know the risks of cocktails and all that, or the risks of having drinks that early in the morning. But I think it's really interesting. I have been I would say like I've been guilty myself of looking for reasons to drink. So hey man, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I So let's get into it. So I'm gonna need your cutting board. You're gonna need a shaker because this is also one of those shaking drinks, which will aerify or lighten up or brighten up the taste, which would fit perfectly with that carbonated water. Carbonated water will make it freshen. It will freshen it up. You'll know what I'm talking about in a sec. All right, so as I usually do, you should know me by now, I roll up all my lemons and limes, all my citrus, so it's easier to squeeze later on. So we just roll this one out, get that nice and soft. And we will be juicing, I think one might be enough. You did not see that. Okay, so, so that's one lemon, which are really slippery. All right, I think I might need a better squeezer. This one takes forever. Well, in my opinion, I like these ones cause they don't take the bitterness of the peel, as in like the ones where you press on it. You usually get like the bitterness of the peel in there, and this one just like tastes like clean citrus, in my opinion. Oh. So, the recipe calls for, first of all, get your shaker ready. So, we will be doing about 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, or it would be about like 22 milliliters. Come on, bruh. So put that off to the side. Then you want to get out your simple syrup, which calls for, I made this myself. I don't like to buy syrups well, I like to experiment with my own syrups as well. So I made this myself. This is basically just 1 pot water, 1 pot sugar, and called simple syrup because it's simple to make, which basically means it is a sugar syrup. If that makes any sense. I put that in there as well. So for the best part, the gin. I'm using Tanqueray, one of my favorite. I would actually go as far as to say this is my favorite gin. I like the Tanqueray 10 though, because in my opinion, it's more on the citrusy side, because I like the citrusy type of gins. But you can basically use whatever gin you like. So we will be doing we'll be doing 2 ounces or 60 milliliters. So I'm gonna fill this jigger up to right to the brim, and that would be 60 milliliters or 2 ounces. Now, small tin, always a small tin we'll be filling with our ice. We want to shake with about half the tin, or about like 3/4 of what's in the tin filled up with ice, is what I'm trying to say. And what I found is, I found those molds online which give me like this long piece of rectangular ice, which feels good in a highball glass. Yeah, this is a drink that has to be served in a light highball glass. I mean, you can basically use whatever glass you like. Traditionally, it's served in a highball glass, but I heard somewhere that if you use carbonated water in a highball glass, it kind of is better for the carbonation for some reason. I don't know the science behind it. It's just what I heard. So yeah, ice goes in there. I gotta do that again. Create that seal. And we'll be shaking this for, I would say 12 to 15 seconds. Get that frothy texture on the side. Once you get that, you know your cocktail's done shaking. That looks about right. All right, so break that seal. Oh, I love that sound. All right, get all of that in there. So what I'll be doing is I'll be double straining, because we don't want to have any of that ice shots in there. Double strain. All right, perfect. Might be too much ice in my opinion, because I like to have a little bit more of my soda water in there, or my carbonated water. Yeah, but I mean, it's good. So only now and only now is when you add carbonated water. Don't make the mistake of shaking with carbonated water. An old friend of mine tried doing that, and the whole shaker exploded in his face. Well, not like explode, but it opened up in his face, and he had the whole content all over himself. And that's not a mistake you want to do. Believe me, it's not as sexy as you think it is. Carbonated water. What I like to do is, I like to go for my bar spoon and press down and lift. So you take all that water that's swimming at the top, press it down, you lift up all that content of the cocktail, so the citrus, the sugar, the gin. So basically mixing it through. All right. Now, as to my understanding, this drink traditionally does not have a garnish, but I think it's gonna be it will look way better when we have like this lemon wheel on it, or a lemon twist. I will go for a longer twist. Let's just try it out. So all around sides. There we go. And I'm gonna spritz this on the side as I usually do. Damn, that's a long pill. Spritz it on the side. Activate those aromas. Damn. And I'm gonna try and maybe push this onto the side, like that. Let me get my straw. Okay. So there you go. I like to put it on the side so it has like a twist on the inside all around the glass like that. The Gin Fizz. Let's give it a taste test. Why don't you stay down there, bruh? Okay. Oh wow. So it basically tastes like you would think it tastes. It's citrusy. It's really citrusy because you have that citrus in there and the lime peel or the lemon peel. I'm sorry. It's not that sweet because we didn't put too much sugar in it, which is a good balance. Because gin is a lighter spirit, which would make, if you put like sweetness, a lot of sweetness in it, will overtake the power of the gin. As for things like whiskey or dark rum, maybe not rum because rum is sweet itself, in my opinion. But if you go with something like a whiskey or a rye, which is like a spicy whiskey, I would put a little bit more of the sweetness in there. Because, for example, a whiskey sour, which you go for, you put like half or 2-to-1 ratio. This one is a little less sweeter because the gin is lighter, basically. And the citrus and the botanicals is always a good idea. Perfect combination. And which is also perfect for me is I went for Tanqueray, which for my opinion is a little more on the citrusy side than for something that's like a Hendrix, which is more on the herbal note. And the carbonated water just freshens everything up. So a perfect mixture, perfect balance, in my opinion. And something I can really enjoy, something I can drink as like a lighter drink that I would go for. Yeah, that's really good. It's really good. What else can I say? I know what. It's really good. Alright, so that was the Gin Fizz. See you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know if there's a drink you would like me to do. And see you on the next one.